Horoscope predictions.
Aries.
Today, Aries, your energy shifts toward practicality and personal control. The universe isn't asking you to charge forward, it's asking you to manage what's already in motion. Conversations may feel heavier or more revealing than expected, especially in your personal or professional relationships. You could find yourself needing to balance independence with responsibility. Perhaps realizing that being in charge doesn't mean doing everything alone. Take a moment to organize your priorities before you jump into new territory. If work has been feeling chaotic, this day gives you a realistic sense of what's sustainable. It's a day to tighten up the details, clean out distractions, and prove, mostly to yourself, that structure doesn't limit your fire, it channels it. By the afternoon, a subtle emotional clarity surfaces. Something you've been unsure about, possibly a person's intentions or your own long-term direction, begins to make sense. That clarity might not be dramatic, but it's grounding. A small conversation, a decision about timing, or a realization about what you truly want can reset your whole mood. Don't dismiss practical insight. It's the very thing that helps you move faster later. Tonight, keep things steady, avoid impulsive choices, and give yourself credit for maturing in your reactions. Lucky colors: amber, steel, sage. Lucky numbers: 3, 17, 41.
Taurus.
Taurus, the energy around you today encourages both connection and personal recalibration. Relationships, romantic or professional, may require you to set firmer boundaries, but also to listen more deeply. You're often the calm center of the storm, but today, your patience could be tested by people who aren't matching your pace or reliability. It's not about controlling them, it's about realigning what's worth your emotional bandwidth. Expect a few minor frustrations, possibly linked to shared finances, time commitments, or promises that feel delayed. Still, you're reminded that grounded progress is better than flashy movement. Slow persistence wins today, even if others can't see the progress you're making beneath the surface. Later in the day, you might feel pulled to make your environment more comfortable or productive. Reorganizing your home, handling overdue errands, or revisiting a money plan. These small actions restore confidence. There's also emotional healing happening in subtle ways. Forgiveness, letting go of resentment, or simply accepting that some people can't meet you halfway, and that's okay. The point is to protect your peace without closing off. Your natural steadiness becomes your biggest asset tonight, especially when others seek reassurance. Lucky colors: olive, gold, terracotta. Lucky numbers: 4, 22, 36.
Gemini.
Gemini, today's energy draws your focus to communication, clarity, and what's really motivating your choices. You might feel torn between multiple tasks or emotions, yet there's a deeper need to slow down and reassess. A conversation from earlier in the week may resurface, pushing you to say what you truly mean rather than what sounds convenient. Honesty, even the uncomfortable kind, opens doors that half-truths never will. If you've been juggling too much, today highlights what can stay and what must go. You'll notice how much mental clutter comes from avoiding closure. Simplify your inputs: fewer distractions, clearer goals, stronger outcomes. As the day moves forward, your curiosity finds better direction. You might have an opportunity to reconnect with someone you lost touch with, or to revisit a project that deserves a second look. There's a sense of renewal through responsibility. something unusual for your sign, but deeply empowering. You'll feel proud when you follow through instead of improvising at the last minute. Emotionally, your adaptability serves you well, but only if you use it to deepen stability instead of escape it. Tonight, unwind with genuine company or creative solitude. Lucky colors: indigo, coral, silver. Lucky numbers: 2, 19, 45.
Cancer.
Cancer, today's tone brings a quiet but meaningful shift in your emotional rhythm. You might feel more protective of your time and energy, preferring peaceful environments over noise or unnecessary social drama. The universe is nudging you to take your emotional needs seriously, not through withdrawal, but through careful balance. A financial or domestic matter could demand your attention. And though it might feel inconvenient, handling it now prevents future stress. Your intuition is sharp today, but your logic is equally necessary. Combine both before making any personal or money-related decisions. You're learning that emotional security is built from consistent habits, not temporary comfort. In the evening, you could feel a stronger pull toward nostalgia, maybe scrolling through old photos or reflecting on a relationship that shaped your current values. Use this as a chance to observe how much you've evolved rather than drift back into the past. The day encourages you to see stability not as something you need to protect from change, but as something you build through change. By nightfall, your mood lifts as clarity replaces anxiety. Stay close to what feels authentic: family, genuine friends, familiar music, or your creative corner. It's in simplicity that you find real strength today. Lucky colors: pearl, navy, maroon. Lucky numbers: 6, 20, 38.
Leo.
Today, Leo, you're reminded that confidence is not about performing, it's about presence. You've been working to build something solid, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal discipline. And today asks you to check how consistent that foundation truly is. Expect moments that test your patience or highlight where pride has replaced progress. If you've been waiting for recognition or validation, the energy today nudges you to take initiative rather than wait for applause. Something as simple as following up on a promise, handling a delayed message, or organizing your week with renewed focus can shift your energy in the right direction. The day emphasizes leadership through accountability, being the one who shows up even when others hesitate. As evening approaches, you might find yourself craving both control and quiet. It's not that you want to withdraw, it's that you need to protect your inner fire from unnecessary noise. The conversations around you could feel shallow or distracted, and that's your cue to step back and observe instead of react. There's power in restraint. Trust that what's meant for you doesn't need to be forced. Someone's opinion might rub you the wrong way, but your response will reveal your growth. You're not proving your strength anymore. You're refining it. End the night with something grounding, maybe a creative task or a moment of reflection. Lucky colors: cobalt, sand, burgundy. Lucky numbers: 126, 43.
Virgo.
Virgo. Today's rhythm slows just enough for you to see what needs adjustment. You've been carrying a quiet determination lately, but maybe also a layer of fatigue that's been easy to ignore. This day gives you perspective, not through crisis, but through clarity. You may notice where your efforts have been unbalanced, perhaps doing too much for others while neglecting your own structure. The lesson now is about sustainability. You don't need to fix everything in a single motion. You need to pace yourself in a way that honors your well-being. Communication at work or home could feel more detailed than usual, but those details matter. Small corrections now prevent bigger frustrations later. Later in the afternoon, your attention might shift to routines, health, time management, or planning for the week ahead. You may find satisfaction in organizing your space or completing a task that's been sitting on your list too long. It's not just about productivity. It's about reclaiming calm. Emotionally, there's also a quiet reset happening. You could find yourself forgiving someone, not because they deserve it, but because you're ready to move on. The reward of today isn't in perfection, it's in peace. Let that guide your actions. Lucky colors: teal, charcoal, cream. Lucky numbers: 5, 14, 39.
Libra.
Libra, balance isn't a constant state. It's a series of small recalibrations, and today's one of those moments. Relationships, in particular, come into sharper focus. Someone's expectations or emotional tone might feel heavier than you anticipated, and you could be the one holding space or trying to maintain harmony. But today reminds you that peace can't come at the expense of your truth. If you've been keeping silent to avoid tension, a real conversation may be unavoidable now. You don't have to over-explain. Honesty delivered with care is enough. Professionally, you may be drawn to collaborate or negotiate, but choose your commitments wisely. Overextending yourself now could drain the balance you're trying to protect. As the day unfolds, the emotional current softens, and you'll likely crave authenticity more than agreement. You might find comfort in time with a close friend or in quiet, creative expression that helps you process your thoughts. The key theme is emotional realignment, letting go of what's performative and returning to what's genuine. Someone could surprise you with unexpected support, reminding you that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's connection. Tonight, keep your environment gentle. Music, warmth, and honest company help you reset. Lucky colors: blush, indigo, bronze. Lucky numbers: 8, 23, 37.
Scorpio.
Scorpio, this day carries a subtle undercurrent of power and evaluation. You're seeing what's real beneath the surface in people, plans, or even your own motivations. The truth doesn't intimidate you, it fuels you. But today, it's not about confrontation, it's about control. You might sense a shift in your personal or financial direction, or a realization that something once important no longer holds the same weight. A conversation could reveal more than expected, giving you leverage or clarity. It's a good day for research, planning, or handling private matters with quiet focus. If emotions run deep, channel them into strategy rather than reaction. By evening, the mood intensifies in a quieter way. You're reflecting more than expressing, sensing that transformation happens in silence before it shows in form. Relationships may feel magnetic, strong emotions, attraction, or tension could surface. But you hold the upper hand when you stay calm. There's also a need to ground yourself through routine, especially if the day brings intense thoughts. You're not meant to escape depth. You're meant to refine it. Trust your intuition, but check your timing. Not every truth needs to be acted on today. Some just need to be acknowledged. Lucky colors: plum, slate, emerald. Lucky numbers: 9, 21, 44.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, today calls you to slow down just enough to see where your energy has been scattered. You've been stretching yourself in multiple directions, ideas, responsibilities, maybe even emotions, and it's starting to show in the small details you've been overlooking. This is not a day for grand adventures or impulsive changes. It's a day to recalibrate your aim. You might feel the tension between wanting to move quickly and realizing that sustainable progress requires discipline. There's a quiet realism in the air that pushes you to make peace with structure. A mentor, coworker, or family member could offer advice that sounds boring at first, but proves valuable later. Listen carefully. Their perspective grounds your enthusiasm in something tangible. As the day moves on, reflection deepens. You may revisit a plan or goal that once excited you, but now needs adjustment. Maybe it's time to modify your approach, not abandon it. Financial and career themes also come into focus. Pay attention to what drains your energy versus what fuels your long-term purpose. Emotionally, you're learning that freedom isn't about escaping responsibility. It's about mastering it. Tonight, you'll feel clearer if you close unfinished loops, respond to that message, finalize that plan, or simply clear your workspace. Clarity builds confidence. Lucky colors: crimson, ivory, jade. Lucky numbers: 7, 18, 42.
Capricorn.
Capricorn, this day reminds you that consistency is your quiet form of power. While others may be distracted or reactive, you're in a phase where reliability brings real results. The tone of the day is serious but constructive, ideal for sorting priorities, tightening goals, or managing something that's been left uncertain. You might face pressure from multiple sides, perhaps career demands, family expectations, or your own internal standards, but this is where you thrive. You don't need external approval today. You need honest assessment. A small professional shift or decision about resources could emerge, and your ability to stay calm under tension gives you a natural advantage. By late afternoon, introspection becomes stronger. You may feel an urge to withdraw from noise and recenter on what's practical. It's not loneliness, it's restoration. There's emotional clarity waiting in the quiet. Maybe an understanding of where effort has been misplaced or where a boundary must be reinforced. Someone could surprise you by admitting they rely on you more than they've said. Take it as a sign that your steadiness matters more than you realize. Tonight, give yourself permission to rest without guilt. Success isn't built only on hard work, it's built on knowing when to pause. Lucky colors: graphite, moss, ivory. Lucky numbers: 10, 24, 35.
Aquarius.
Aquarius, today centers on perspective, how you're viewing your situation versus what's actually unfolding. You might feel the weight of expectations, whether from work, family, or even your own vision of the future. The universe isn't blocking you, it's fine-tuning your direction. A conversation could challenge your thinking, pushing you to defend your choices or reconsider your assumptions. Don't rush to prove yourself. This is about clarity, not competition. You're learning to blend your originality with practicality, a skill that turns creative sparks into something sustainable. Today favors problem-solving, planning, and honest communication, especially if misunderstandings have built up recently. Later, your emotional tone steadies as you focus on what really matters. You may crave space, mental or physical, to recharge and process everything without noise. The energy favors solitude that's reflective, not isolating. Technology breaks, quiet walks, or reorganizing your personal space can help reset your focus. Relationships may feel slightly unpredictable, but underneath that instability lies growth. You're not meant to control every outcome, just to show up authentically and adapt with awareness. Tonight's peace will come from simplicity, fewer distractions, cleaner energy, and clearer priorities. Lucky colors: azure, copper, black. Lucky numbers: 12, 27, 48.
Pisces.
Pisces, today's energy brings depth and discernment. You may wake up feeling more reflective than usual, tuned into subtleties in people's words and moods. There's emotional intelligence guiding you, but it needs grounding. You might sense a need to protect your boundaries without cutting off your empathy. Work, health, or daily responsibilities could feel heavier, yet you're capable of handling them with calm focus when you resist the urge to escape into daydreams. Energy today highlights the practical side of compassion, showing care through consistency rather than promises. You may also revisit a financial or emotional commitment that requires a clearer structure. In the evening, your intuition peaks. Something or someone may feel off, and your instincts will likely be correct, but avoid jumping to conclusions. Let facts confirm what feelings reveal. You're also more aware of what drains you, which is progress in itself. By letting go of unrealistic obligations, you regain emotional clarity. Tonight, peace comes from simplicity, gentle lighting, honest talk, and grounding rituals that remind you of your center. Growth today isn't loud or dramatic. It's the quiet understanding that stability and sensitivity can coexist. Lucky colors: lilac, pewter, forest. Lucky numbers: 11, 29, 40.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more daily star wisdom. Let me know your sign in the comments and how this day unfolds for you. I'll see you tomorrow for another celestial check-in. Thank you so much for watching.